In this video, I'll show you how easy and quick it is to install the Nexus Crypto Gateway or Crypto Donation Alerts. The installation process for both products is exactly the same. If you're not familiar with these products, here's a fast rundown. If you run an online store and want to accept crypto payments without relying on third-party services, Nexus Crypto Gateway is for you. It connects to your existing website, supports multiple blockchains, and you can add any token you need. All payments go straight to your wallet. No middlemen, no processing fees, and no one between you and your money. Now, if you're a streamer or content creator, check out Nexus Crypto Donation Alerts. It lets your audience send donations in crypto with real-time alerts on your stream. Same multi-chain support, same flexibility with tokens. Both products are completely self-hosted. That means full privacy. No one collects your data, no one tracks your transactions, no one controls your funds. You own everything: your server, your keys, your money. And you manage it all through a Telegram bot with a built-in admin panel. All right, let's get started. I'll be walking you through the installation using the Nexus Gateway as an example. But keep in mind, the process for Nexus Alerts is exactly the same. The only difference will be folder names and command names. So if you're installing Nexus Alerts, just follow along and copy the commands from the Nexus Alerts documentation page. The first step is acquiring a server. For this tutorial, I'll be using DigitalOcean. For production use, I'd recommend choosing a different provider. A server suitable for our applications typically costs between $5 and $15 per month, while here it'll cost around $30. However, DigitalOcean allows you to run the server for just a few hours and pay only for that time. Perfect for this tutorial. So, I've chosen a suitable server location and selected the recommended configuration specified in the documentation. I'll set a password for the login, but I recommend connecting via SSH. I enter the machine name and confirm our choice. Now we just need to wait a bit for everything to be ready. Great, the server is ready. Now we need to buy and point a domain to it. I'll be using Hostinger. The purchase process itself is very simple. Enter the domain you want, and if it's not already taken, simply add it to your cart and follow the instructions. This shouldn't cause you any problems. Now that you have your domain, go to your Domain Management panel, find the DNS settings, and add an A record. Set the name to AT, which means your root domain, and paste your server's IP address as the value. Once saved, it may take a few minutes for the changes to propagate. After that, your domain will be pointing to your server. While our domain is being linked to the server, we will continue preparing for the installation. So, we need to create a Telegram bot, find out our Telegram ID, and activate the purchased license by entering the activation code. You will receive this code in an email after successfully purchasing the license. Follow the link in the documentation to access the official Telegram bot creation tool and create a bot to manage our app. Select the New Bot command, enter a name and username, and then there's a link to find our bot. Be sure to include _bot at the end. The bot has been successfully created. We now have its token, which we'll need for installation. Now let's move on to another bot to view our Telegram ID. Now let's go to the Nexus bot and activate the purchased license. Be careful. If you don't activate the license, the application will not launch. Now that everything is ready, we need to connect to the server we purchased. There are many methods and programs for connecting to the server remotely. I'll use Mobixterm. Its free version is sufficient for our needs. After installation, launch it. Click Session in the top left corner, then SSH, and enter our server's IP address, specifying root as the user. Then connect. I enter the password I set when I purchased it, press Enter, and we're connected. Well, first, let's check if our domain is pointing to our server's IP. I enter the ping command and our domain and hit Enter. As we can see, the domain is already redirected to our server's IP. Let's follow the documentation step by step. First, we need to update the system. Copy and enter the command. This process may take some time. After a successful update, we will create a folder, and we need to place the archive with our application there. You can use the suggested command for direct download, but I will simply go to the created folder and drag the file directly into the Mobixterm Explorer from my computer. Next, we need to unzip the archive, go to the unzipped folder, and grant launch rights to the installation script. Now we run the installation script, and the interactive installation begins. We don't even need to look at the documentation, we'll just follow the installer's prompts. As a mode, we select Production Mode. Simply enter 2 and press Enter. Next, enter the domain name. When asked to enable SSL, answer yes, simply enter Y and press Enter. Next, we'll be asked for an email address. Notifications will be sent here if the certificate has any problems or is about to expire. However, in our case, we'll have automatic renewal enabled, so in practice, we won't receive any notifications. Select the certificate type, enter 1. Now I need to specify the database name. I simply press Enter without entering anything, so the default value is used. I also enter the password and press Enter. Now I just insert the data we prepared earlier, insert the Telegram bot token, our Telegram user ID, as well as the license key. It is important not to get confused here. We enter the license key here, not the activation token. The activation token must be entered in the Nexus bot. The installer asks us to confirm the installation. We enter Y, and the installation begins. During the installation, the installer will also ask for permission to install everything necessary for our application to work. We simply agree to everything. Now you see a video with acceleration, but in reality the installation took several minutes. So, the installation is complete. Let's check that everything is working. First, let's go to the bot we created and launch the mini app. Click the link. As you can see, the bot is already running and responding. Simply click the registration button. Now let's open the control panel by clicking the dashboard command. As you can see, everything is working fine. Let's also enter our domain in the browser search bar. The page opened successfully, but we see a message that the service is temporarily unavailable. This is correct, as we've only just set up our service and don't have any running blockchain networks for accepting payments or donations. So I'll go into the network management route and simply enable Solana and its native coin. And now, after reloading the page, we see that we can send a donation. As a result, we have successfully launched the payment gateway and can now use its functionality to its fullest. If you find installation complicated, a free one-time installation and integration into your project is included in the license price. If you have any questions or would like us to launch a demo version of any of our applications, please contact us. You can find all the links below this video.